Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is also fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. And for this particular video, ladies and gentlemen, let me know the specific place you are enjoying your Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, while I was away, you requested me to analyze three issues. The issue of Undugiranda coronation, which I've already done. Number two, Uhuru Kenyatta's phone call to Ruiru Church, which is the basis of this analysis. And lastly, Oscar Sudi's endorsement of Musalia Mudavadi's presidential bid for 2032. In this particular video, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to talk about that phone call that Uhuru Kenyatta placed in Ruiru Church. Because that phone call is causing sleepless nights in Kenya Kwanza. Let me just go through what was reported by the newspapers. This is what the newspapers reported. Congregants of the JCM church in Ruiru were treated to a surprise after former President Uhuru Kenyatta called in live and was placed on loudspeaker with a special message to those in attendance. The former president had good news. I want you to pay very close attention. The former president had good news for the congregants at the event that was held to raise funds for the less fortunate ahead of the Christmas festivities. Underline the word less fortunate. It proceeds. Pastor Benson Kiengei, who organized the event, informed those in attendance that the former president would talk to them. He then proceeded to put Uhuru loudspeaker to pass his regard to the church. And this is what Uhuru said. Uhuru explained that he was amongst the guests who had been invited to support the initiative but could not make it. He added that in the spirit of sharing, he would not let his people suffer. Announcing that he would channel 1 million Kenyan shillings towards the initiative. And is quoted in Martin that, "I hope you are okay, people of Ruiru. Your pastor called and informed me he was hosting you for Christmas. He had asked if I could chip in, and I said I cannot abandon my people. I will give 1 million so that he can buy unga for more people." Now, that call by Uhuru Kenyatta is causing serious sleepless nights in Kenya Kwanza. Uhuru Kenyatta concluded, "Thank you so much. May God bless you and protect you and your families." Now, why do you think that phone call by Uhuru Kenyatta to that church is significant, politically speaking? Because on this channel, I have explained severally that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. And that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happened for the sake of it. Uhuru Kenyatta had the option of sending his contribution to the pastor, and then the pastor would just inform the congregants. But in this case, Uhuru Kenyatta spoke to them via a phone call which was placed on a speakerphone. So I want us to do a critical analysis about the political significance of that phone call to Ruiru Church. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to thank the following people for the Christmas gift that I received from them earlier today. I'm so grateful because it goes a long way in supporting the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think that phone call is significant, politically speaking? Number one, it's about Uhuru Kenyatta's entry into church politics in Mount Kenya. And that is where William Ruto's trouble are beginning. For those who followed the 2022 election, basically from 2018, William Ruto used the church in the mountain to radicalize the masses. The church in the mountain actually provided Ruto with a platform to entrench his dynasty versus hustler narrative. But from what I've been observing of late, William Ruto is losing the support of the church. Or let me put it in a better way. The church is no longer impressed by the performance of William Ruto. So the fact that Uhuru Kenyatta is now trying to enter into the church in Mount Kenya is significant. So the question is, will Uhuru Kenyatta finally succeed in dethroning William Ruto out of church in Mount Kenya? That is something that we need to figure out, because the church is disappointed with Ruto. That's the fact. The fact is William Ruto is also keen on using the church again. We've seen people like Kimani Ichung'wah blasting people like Ole Sapit. We've seen Canon Karanja attacking Kenya Kwanza boldly for the first time. And the fact that now Uhuru Kenyatta is now entering the church, it's significant, because the church will start rethinking about their support for William Samoei Arap Ruto. So that's number two. In my view, it's also a signal which Uhuru Kenyatta is sending to Kenyans, and it's about his return to politics. And the biggest question that most Kenyans are asking is whether Uhuru Kenyatta should retire from politics or he should continue with politics. Because I've talked to many Azimio supporters, they tell me that for them, Uhuru Kenyatta really messed them up, because Uhuru Kenyatta allowed Ruto to become the president while he was still a sitting president. In fact, 40% of Azimio supporters believe that Uhuru Kenyatta played Raila Odinga, that he had the power, then he lost. Now that he doesn't have the power, what is his interest? But the truth is, Uhuru Kenyatta is sending signals, and it's not the first time. You saw Uhuru Kenyatta meeting with Kalonzo, emerging with Kalonzo Musyoka during that church event. Was it in Makwiny or Kitui? The other day you saw Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga meeting with Kiambu leaders. And of course, you've seen the escalated activities of Jubilee Party, especially in the mountain. So which means Uhuru Kenyatta is sending signals that he's going to make an entry or return to politics. And moving forward, we should expect Kenya Kwanza to start attacking Uhuru Kenyatta over his decision to venture into politics again. Number three, Kenya Kwanza are also worried about Uhuru Kenyatta's latest move, especially with the church, because of William Ruto's shaky grounds in the mountain. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto shocked everybody when he emerged victorious in Mount Kenya by kicking out Uhuru Kenyatta and all his allies from the mountain. How many members of parliament were elected in Jubilee from the mountain? Very few. And the ones who were elected were never elected because of Uhuru Kenyatta. They were elected on the account of their personal strength. So the thing is, Uhuru Kenyatta is taking advantage of William Ruto's dwindling popularity in the mountain. And that is something that is giving these guys sleepless nights. And that's why a day after Uhuru Kenyatta had contributed 1 million, Rigathi Gachagua went to a church and contributed 4 million Kenya shillings. Basically, if you take your pen and a paper and you start calculating the amount of money Rigathi Gachagua has been contributing in churches, and then you compare to the wealth he declared before he was elected the deputy president, then they are not adding up. So the truth is, because of William Ruto's shaky grounds, they believe Uhuru Kenyatta is taking advantage, and therefore they are worried. Number 4, in my view, Uhuru Kenyatta wants to maintain visibility. You know, initially, after the last election, Kenya Kwanza tried all the tricks on the book to force Uhuru Kenyatta to retire from politics. What did Uhuru Kenyatta do? Uhuru Kenyatta went underground. He never featured anywhere. He never appeared anywhere Uhuru Kenyatta just maintained his silence. These guys provoked him for over 1 year. He did nothing. Then of late, Uhuru Kenyatta started sending signals. And he became the talk, especially in the mountain, where the voters down there were regretting why they never listened to the advice of the former president Uhuru Kenyatta. So the truth is, Uhuru Kenyatta has now decided that I want to be visible. He's maintaining his visibility. So by contributing through that church, we are talking about him. And of course, we've seen Uhuru Kenyatta making an appearance here and there. He wants to maintain his visibility. And lastly, Uhuru Kenyatta is also trying to gauge the ground. How is the ground? Is the ground ready for him to venture? Or the ground is not yet ready? I'm sure his team is coming up with something. So let us wait and see how everything is going to unfold. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. By the way, I've been away and therefore I've missed a lot. So if there's any news that you think I should analyze, let me know in the comment section. The other one is coming up. I'm heading to the village, so I'll actually record it from the village, the one of Oscar Sudi endorsing Musalia Mudavadi. And of course, why do you think the endorsement of Musalia Mudavadi by Oscar Sudi is also significant? Why do you think it's significant? So I'm coming back with a proper analysis, because in politics, nothing just happens out of mere coincidence. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've watched this video up to this stage, let me know in the comment section. Just say present. And until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.